And we are live. Welcome to another session of Building the Bull. This session is brought to you by the Skylabs and Vetter Ecosystem. My name is Ryan. I'm so glad to be your host today. Now, last year, we paid out over thousands of dollars worth of cryptocurrency to our community members who post projects on our CrowdX Calendar. We have something called the Hot Streak Rewards. We paid out close to 40 BNB just in the last year by rewarding community contributors. And it's making such a big difference in the space. We utilize something called crowdsourcing, where people work together to share ideas, to share pros and cons about projects. And it's designed in such a way where it allows the user to leverage the knowledge and experience and time of other people. At the same time, it brings a different level of awareness to the crypto space. Now, in the last year, over 16,000 crypto projects launched, and if you're watching this right now, you're brand new. How would you like to actually get paid to post quality crypto pre-sales on our CrowdX calendar? These sessions are all about equipping you with the knowledge, resources, insights, and experience to support you in finding great projects. And as a community, like I said, we utilize crowdsourcing, where we work together to find projects that have potential, while at the same time we bring up potential, warnings and red flags, and about projects that may bring up concern. For the last 9 months, we've recorded over 120 live sessions just like this, where we support the community navigating the calendar, which I'll show you in a moment, helping the community find 2x to 100x crypto gems, and like I said, we paid out thousands of dollars worth of cryptocurrency in the process. We host 2 live sessions like this every single week. We host sessions on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you're watching live, go ahead and drop a hi, hello, letting everybody know who's with us and where you're watching from. We have Carl with us. We have Luis with us. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. We got Mang with us. Hope you guys are doing well on this Thursday. Now, I don't know if you noticed in Discord. Before I jump into Discord, let me actually mention, if you're brand new watching this right now, hey Johnny, hope you're doing well, brother. If you're brand new watching this and you're not familiar with what Vetter is, what Skylabs or the CrowdX Calendar is, I invite you to visit vetter.ai. That's vetter.ai. And there you can learn more about the Vetter ecosystem. And you can find out, why we're so excited and how we're getting the results that we're getting in the space. Hey, Ricardo. So with that, if you're following along in Discord, I dropped a couple images in Discord, and we have a pretty juicy start to the year. And like I said, we use crowdsourcing. So on our CrowdX calendar, it's a calendar full of crypto pre-sales, whether it's a pre-sale, whether it's a fair launch, whether it's an IDO or a private sale. It's a list of all these projects. And the beautiful thing is, scouts go out and find these projects. Scouts go out and they sift and sort through all the different channels. Telegram and YouTube and Reddit and Twitter and wherever else you could find different projects, networking and things like that. And when they find a project that they want to post, they post it to the calendar and actually get paid to do that. Well, what makes it even better is when they start consistently posting projects and they get good at finding profitable projects, there's actually something called a hot streak bonus, and we actually pay out BNB directly to their wallet, okay, for finding great projects. Here's a project, for example. This is one of the first projects of the new year. This project is called Wallet VPN. It was scouted by Hellstrom, which is one of the fantastic scouts in our ecosystem. And this project, you can see right here, it reached a 3.7 ATH. Okay, we all know what the ATH stands for. That's the all-time high. That is the metric at which the majority of the crypto space uses to celebrate their gains. The ATH, all-time high. All right, but look at this big old wick. Okay, this is a 5-minute chart. These are 5-minute candles, meaning each one of these candles represents 5 minutes. But look at this candle right here. That's a big wick. I mean, that wick is larger than the body of the candle. We don't know how long price lasted up here for that all-time high, that 3.7x. We don't know. It could have lasted up there for a second, maybe 2 seconds, maybe 3 seconds. Okay? We don't know. The fact of the matter is we know that only one person sold that top. So when a project brags and boasts about a 3.7x, in all reality, we just know that very few people caught this top. And as the sales started coming in, the price started dropping, and that's why you see a wick on that candle. And so one of the things that we're innovating and changing in the space that brings a level of validity to projects, we've introduced something called the VAL, VAHL, Vendor Audited Highest Low. And what this indicates is a metric that says, you know what, if you were on PooCoin or if you were on PancakeSwap and you're struggling and you're trying to get your transaction to go through and you're getting errors and what's the slippage? Oh my goodness, what about this? What about that? All these different things. You know that price can fluctuate. I mean, give me an amen if you've ever been in this situation before and you know what that's all about. It could be a stressful situation sometimes. So we developed something called the VAL, Vendor Audited Highest Low. And what this says is, this is the highest low, meaning at least an hour, okay? At least an hour was above this price right here, 3.1x. Meaning, people struggling, people brand new, they're trying to get PancakeSwap to work, they're trying to get PooCoin to work, they're trying to get Uniswap to work. They had over an hour, okay? An hour where they could have swapped out between a 3.1x and a 3.7x, okay, within the first 24-hour period. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So go ahead and give a congratulations to Hellstrom for having the first gain of 2023. Go ahead and drop a thumbs up on the video. Drop it a like to celebrate him. And we have another one we want to celebrate. And this is Metalluride. Okay, Metalluride. Another fantastic scout in our community, does a phenomenal job. And he posted a project called Galaxy Villains. And what was really cool about this project was, he posted this project back in November. Okay, November 11th to be exact. It was on our CrowdX Calendar since November 11th. It's a pretty awesome resource that literally projects are sitting there. And again, it's all crowdsourced. It's all brought to the calendar based on community members. Okay? This project was discussed a couple times in our Discord group, and we even talked about this project last session on Tuesday, which is about 24 hours before the launch. Now, what's awesome about the way this works is, again, it's a crowdsourced model. Okay, and so you can see right here, again, the all-time high, 11.9x. 11.9x for this project. And we have a VAL, which again stands for Vendor Audited Highest Low, 10.2x. So what did we say a minute ago? VAL, Vendor Audited Highest Low. This indicates that someone had the ability, okay, to close out in profit between a 10.2x all the way up to 11.9x for an entire hour, okay, within the first 24 hours. Which is awesome. So again, shout out to Metalluride. Does a fantastic job in our community, always contributing and finding great projects. So go ahead and drop a congratulations to Metalluride, and let's give him a thumbs up on the video as well to show our support. Oh, so we have a troll in chat. Let's everybody say, hey, troll. And so the way this works, my friend, we're talking about the CrowdX Calendar. We're talking about projects. If you want to be a part of the conversation, you're more than welcome to do that. If you want to sit there and troll, this is not the place to do that, my friend. Okay? So I'm not going to ban you, but I am giving you the opportunity to make the choice. If you choose to not play fair, if you choose to not do that stuff, you can just go ahead and leave, or I'll help you out the door, my friend. Anybody who has been banned in any community, we have a no-FUD policy, and it's simply not as simple as, oh, don't ask questions, you get banned. Not how it works. That's not how it works. Anybody who's been removed from the community, there's documentation. There is documentation of what they've said and the reason that they got removed. On top of that, there was also a 3-strike rule. So if anyone got removed without 3 strikes, they clearly did something that they knew was not appropriate. And whatever story you've been given is just not the facts. For those that got 3 strikes, they had their chance. And here's a sad reality of the situation. Here I am talking about project gains, and you're bringing this up. just by definition, I know exactly what your mindset is and where you're coming from. Okay, I know exactly where you're coming from simply based on what you're bringing up right now. This is your last warning. If you say anything outside of FUD, you're gone and you'll never get to know what you want to know. Okay, so with that, we keep the space clean here. Okay, this is a positive space. This is a positive environment. We focus on what we can control and we don't complain about things that we have no clue about. That's what we do in this space. That's how we roll. So with that, we're going to jump over to the CrowdX Calendar. We're going to dive into that. So right here, this is the Vetter board. Okay, this is the Vetter board. There's no other place to bring it up because you got blocked from the other group. If you continue, you're going to get blocked here. Plain and simple, this is your last warning. This is a Vetter board. When you log into the Vetter platform, you can check out Vetter platform. That's VETTERPLATFORM.app. There you can log in. You can get a quick, 30,000 foot view of everything that's happening here in the ecosystem. Right here you can see, here's a top leaderboard. This is the money in Vetter that we've paid out to community members for contributing to the ecosystem. Okay, so scouts, posting projects, Vetters, vetting projects, tipping, all those things are recorded here. This is the gains tip section. This is where projects are, we're recording the gains and tips of projects coming in and things like that. Right here you can see the tiers, the different tier areas and the things that you get as a benefit of holding the Vetter token. And then the upper right here, you see a condensed version of the calendar. Okay, condensed version of the calendar. And intersections, to your point, like I said, if this is your only place to communicate, it's probably in your best interest not to get kicked. Having said that, you can also shoot me a message if you would like to contest. If you're banned from somewhere else, like I said, there's a reason for it. It's been documented. If you want to contest that, by all means, shoot me a message on Telegram. Like I said, I'm always available. I'm 100% transparent. So with that, let's go ahead and look at the CrowdX calendar. I want to show you how simple it is to add projects to the calendar here. Okay, so this is our calendar. And the way this works is, let's say that you are really good at finding crypto projects. You're really good at finding crypto pre-sales. You have your secret sauce, you have your method. And by the way, all of our scouts have their own means and methods of doing things. Certain projects, all right. Intersections, I gave you an opportunity, bud. Sorry, you're gone. All right, so everyone say a prayer for intersections. We just lost someone whose ego is bigger than their vision. So with that, we will continue. One of the things that always blows my mind. So you guys know the type. You got people who they have an idea of what's going on in their own mind, and they ask a question, they get an answer to a question, they don't like the answer, they continue, and then they want to hop on here, and this is their only means of communication. And instead of thinking about how to get what they actually want, they operate from a place of ego because they want to be right, and then get more of what they don't want. I literally gave the guy an opportunity to message me directly so he could get whatever he wanted to get resolved, but he wants to talk. So hey, we don't do that here. This is not the space. You can find that somewhere else. Hey, welcome Ricky, welcome Phyllis. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. So this is a CrowdX calendar. As a scout, like I said, if scouts have their own strategy, their own style, their own method of finding projects. There are some scouts who focus solely on finding meme type projects, and they're really good at that. And there's some scouts who focus solely on finding utility type projects, and they're really good at that. And some scouts, they focus on a variety, and they're good at that. And as a scout, you're going to find your rhythm. You're going to find what you like to do, what you like to enjoy. And that comes over a volume of projects, a volume of launches, so to speak. Okay? Now, when you find your secret sauce, when you find your edge could be, there's certain characteristics about projects that you look for. Okay? whether that is certain types of audits, certain types of companies, certain types of call groups, certain types of AMAs, certain types of utilities, certain types of, where you find the project, whether that's Telegram or Twitter or YouTube or Reddit, wherever. That is your edge. That makes up your strategy and your style. Okay. Once you've found a project, it's really easy to add it to the calendar. First of all, the first thing you want to do is you want to search the project up here. So, for example, if you're adding a project that was going to launch on, it's getting close to launching on the 12th, for example, you would type in the project name, and we see right there we got Bank X, and you realize, oh, someone else has already posted this project. No problem. Okay, you just find another project to post. Okay. So that's how you can use a search function to find projects there. Now, another way they could tell you, if you happen to pick a project that has already been selected, let's go ahead and let's just do punchy token, and let's copy this right here. All right, so when you add a project, you go click add, and you can add it ranked or unranked. Okay, when you add it ranked, you actually get paid. Your rank can increase based on posting profitable projects, and that makes you eligible for the hot streak rewards. Okay, and then we're just going to do test. You put the project name, the symbol, okay, and then the website. All right, so another indication that this project is already in use, already on the calendar, is you get this warning right here. It says there is a project with this name. Okay, with the website, you can open up a new tab right here. Okay, I copied this from another one just to show you the example. If you ever get an error here or error in the Telegram area, that is indicating that, hey, something else has already been used. Please find a different project to post. Okay, we don't allow duplicates, and that's just to make sure that it's fair and balanced for everybody. Okay, so you would just start entering the information, and Telegram. Did you find the Discord, Twitter? What network is it launching on? The launch pad, category, okay, strategy. Is it fair launch? Is it IDO? Is it private sale or pre-sale? Okay, those are the things, and then some information about where you found it. Did you find it on Telegram? Did you find it in Reddit? Where did you find it? Pricing details. Okay, if you have information about what the price is going to be at launch, what the price maybe was for private sale, for different stages of the pre-sale, maybe what price is going to be at launch, things like that. Here you're going to put your launch date. Okay. Now you may also have over here, right here, if you put like a private or pre-sale, you're going to have two dates here. Okay. Now you have a private sale date if they had one, a pre-sale date, and the launch date. Okay. You just click that and select the date, and then you can select the time that it's launching, and that's how you enter that information there. Really simple. We have a spot for the soft cap and hard cap. Okay, so if you know the soft cap and hard cap, you put that there. And then here's where you can put your comments. Okay, so you could share maybe some insights into what you liked about this project, what stood out to you about this project, why you felt it was worth posting, so on and so forth. You could add that information here. You could also add, maybe a paragraph or two from the website, or maybe, on Pink Cell, for example. On Pink Cell, when there's projects launching, they have that bio or little description here. And that can give someone just really quick insights into what the project is about. That could go there. And then your comments on, again, what stood out to you, different things that are worth noting. Right here, you can put the positives. Like I said, if your edge is you only look for projects that have a SurTech audit, 100% doxed team and KYC team, even by SurTech, meaning they've done their KYC verification through SurTech. They're on video. They're on voice chats. You see their face. You know their first and last name. They have their socials. They have a bio. They have their background. Like, that could be stuff that you put here. Like, hey, fully doxed team, full KYC. They did KYC through SurTech. They do have their audit complete, 100% complete. Those would be pros. Okay, a vibrant Telegram community. People are excited. People are talking. People are engaging. It's great. People love it. Okay, that's what could happen there. That's what you could put there. Okay, red flags. It could be the opposite. Okay, what if this project you really, really liked it, but there were some things that were concerning. Okay, some things concerning. Maybe there's a very big difference between the pre-sale price and the listing price, which could indicate a incoming dump. You may want to make note of that. You also may want to note that if the pre-sale is vested or not. Maybe the tokens are vested over 6 months. That may not necessarily be a red flag, but it's worth noting. It's worth noting. So when someone reads your your scouting report, they know that, oh man, if I participate in this pre-sale, I won't have all my tokens at launch. That's worth noting. Okay. Other notes. You could share additional links. Maybe there's some YouTube content that's really good. You could share links to some AMAs. You could share links to the audit, the white paper, things like that. Okay, and going back to the red flag, what are some other red flag things? Go ahead and type in chat. What are some of the other red flag things that you've seen, or that you'd be like, oh man, that's really that makes me really cautious. That makes me really nervous. What are some of the things? Like an audit that's not complete. They're launching tomorrow, but they don't have a completed audit yet. They say that they're docs, but you can't find any information about them. Okay, they say that maybe links on the website don't work. Links to Telegram, they don't work. Links to the white paper doesn't work. Maybe there's a discrepancy between the tokenomics on the white paper and the tokenomics on PinkCell. Like down here, token metrics here, but on their white paper it's different. That could be worth noting. Okay, that could be worth noting. Maybe there's a V2 or a V3, or this is a V1. There was previous projects. So first project launched, 9 months ago, and then there was a V2, and then something happened. Now there's a V3. That's worth noting. It may not turn out to be something negative. It may not turn out to be like a deal breaker, but it's worth noting so people can have an understanding of like, oh hey, it gives them the idea of what's going on. Okay, again, we started off the call talking about crowdsourcing. The beautiful part about this is a form of leverage. Leverage is the ability to do more with less. And as a scout, and the scouts in our community, they're going out and they're getting all this information, all these little bits of information. Now, some have the ability to get all the information they could possibly want. Okay? You may read this and say, well, I'm curious about ABC. Well, great. It allows you to get up to speed as quickly as possible, and then you can go ask your questions to that community. Okay? And you can continue the conversation in Discord within our community. Okay, if you're not familiar with what our Discord is, there's a link in the description, so feel free to hop over in Discord, and we'll welcome you and get you plugged into the community there. But all of these areas provide valuable insights when people are looking at the reports. Okay, when people are looking at the reports, and sometimes you're going to get a little bit of information, and it's going to pique your interest to do some more research. Other times, you may get a whole novel of information that could be really supportive. It all comes down to personal preference. All scouts are different. Some scouts post a lot of things. Some scouts don't post very much. It's all personal preference and what works best for that scout and that user. But like I said, ultimately, this is a really awesome tool because now, when you have different scouts throughout the community with different skill sets, different experience levels, different insights, all going out, gathering information, and then there's a calendar that's full of these projects. That is the end result. Okay, that's the end result. The CrowdX Calendar is a massive research tool that saves a lot of time and energy for crypto pre-sales. And again, we pay out thousands of dollars to post, for scouts to post these types of projects. We've paid out over 4 million vetter. Okay, if you go over here, go back to the dashboard here. I'm going to click over here on the leaderboard, and we click just expand this, and we can look at the top paid scout. Hellstrom, who I mentioned earlier in the conversation, he's received over 575,000 vetter by simply adding projects to the calendar. Okay, how does that work exactly? Well, let me show you. You go over here. This is a tracker page, just like your personal profile. Has some stats about what you've done on the platform and things like that. But right here, when you start off as a scout, you are yellow. And every time you post a project, you earn 250 vetter. Once you've posted 5 projects, you now transition to beige, where you now earn 750 vetter. Now at this point, when you post profitable projects, your rank increases. Okay, when you post profitable projects, your ranks increases. And what is considered a profitable project? We have 3 different time frames. We have the first 24 hours of a project's launch. We have the next 7 days of a project's launch, and we have the next 30 days of a project's launch. And then we have a category called overall. You're scored on those three primary projects, three primary time frames, 24 hours, 7 day, and 30 day. And that's how your rank increases. If you post a project that's profitable in the 24-hour time frame, you're going to get an upvote. If you post a project that's not profitable, you're going to get a downvote. Really simple. Really simple process. And as your rank increases, you actually earn more Vetter every time you post a project. So there's a little an element of scalability there. So the same amount of work that you do for 250 is the same amount of work you do for 2,250, which is pretty awesome. Okay, it's pretty. Now it takes time to get there. It takes time of developing your craft. It takes time of sharpening your edge. What is your edge in the marketplace? It takes time to figure out what is your jam. What do you like? What works for you? We call that VOL, volume of launches. You know, sometimes you don't know if it's going to work until it actually launches. You know, it's theory until there's data behind it. You know, a couple weeks ago, I talked about the idea of networks. There were a couple projects that I was looking at personally, and I saw the power of networking. And based on the metrics that I was looking at, based on the research that I was doing, I felt really strongly that a couple projects I was looking at were going to do really good. Well, guess what? They didn't even fill their pre-sales. 2 projects. And again, it was my perspective on the numbers and data that I was looking at. My hypothesis was the networks were really strong, they were engaged, and they were going to support the projects. And I was off base. Now, there's a lot of variables that could play into that, but this is why we do a volume of launches, VOL, volume of launches. You don't know if the strategy works one time, it just happened one time. But over 2, over 3, over 4, over 10, over 20, you start realizing patterns. You start realizing, oh, whenever I find a project that has this, and this, it's usually profitable in 24-hour time frame. Okay, that, my friends, is a clue. Okay, you're stacking probabilities. Okay, so as you continue to develop, as you continue to grow and evolve and figure those things out, your rank increases. And now, when you post a project to the calendar as a Purple Scout, you're earning 2,250 Vetter, which is awesome. Now here's where it gets even more fun and exciting. Go over here to Discord. Like I said, if you're not a part of the Discord, definitely want to check that out. There's a link in the description of this video, and I think it's over here. Hot Streak Rewards right here. No, that's not the one. Hot Streak Rewards right here. So it's something called Hot Streak Rewards, and we pay out additional bonuses for whenever you get consecutive profitable projects. Okay, when you receive 3 consecutive projects in a row, pay out 0.1 BNB directly to your wallet. Okay, all the way up to 10 BNB. I'm sorry, 10 profitable projects, 1 BNB. And that's BNB directly to your wallet. Not native Vetter token, but BNB paid directly to your wallet. Next, we have a streak average bonus. Okay, so what was the average gain of your streak? You had a 3x streak, what was the average gain? Okay, we pay out for 1.5x average for 0.1 all the way up to, we have it all the way up to 100x or more, which, that would be something truly phenomenal to get that. But we have had some up here in the 10x average, 15x average, and that makes a difference. Okay, you're looking at literally anywhere from 0.1 BNB all the way up to 10 BNB. And the cool thing about this bonus is it's used as a buyback for Vetter. So it actually impacts the entire community. So when you win by posting great projects to the calendar, which helps the community, and then you get bonuses because you do a great job, which also helps the community. It's literally an ecosystem environment of everyone winning. Okay? Anyone willing to step up and contribute has the opportunity to win, which is awesome. And then we have the success rate bonus. So of the streak, of the 10 projects, it's a 10 project window, of that streak, how many projects were profitable? What was your overall success rate? Okay? If it's 60% success rate, you get an extra bonus of 0.1 BNB. If you had 100% success rate, 5 BNB bonus, which is pretty awesome. And just for the record, we have a couple stats to throw out. Our most accomplished hot streak user Dante Amundo, he has, I believe, 6 or 7 hot streaks. Radical is another great scout, and he's got I believe his streak, the largest streak was at 8x. Okay, and so those are some stats. We've never had someone who to accomplish and knock out the 10x streak. Okay, 10 profitable projects in a row, and so that record is still open to be the first person. And I'm pretty confident that whenever we break that first one, we'll start breaking others, because that's just kind of how that stuff works. When there's a major milestone that people haven't broken through, once someone else breaks through it, it creates a space and energy to allow other people to do the same thing. And that's something that I truly believe is going to happen in our space and in this ecosystem. So going back over here to the platform. So again, this is the CrowdX Calendar. These are all projects that have been contributed to by community members. Community members who have found these projects, added them to the calendar, and got paid to do so. Okay, and so at this part of the process, now we open it up and ask if anybody has any projects they want to take a look at, and we hop on and look at a project together and ask questions, and just think about any red flags or things that we're finding as a community. Or I just randomly pick a project and we do the same thing. Okay, so if there's a project that you want to take a look at today, go ahead and drop it in the comment section, and we'll take a look at it here live. If you don't have one, it's off the top of your head. I'll just go ahead and pick one, and we'll go from there. So as I'm giving you guys some time to think about it, I'm just skimming to see what we have going on here. Now I did see I am kind of curious about a project. I saw someone in Discord ask about it, so if no one brings it up, we'll take a look at it today, and if no one brings up another, we'll take a look at this one. So we're going to take a look at MyEducation. Okay. I only looked at the pink cell. I only looked at the cell for this one, so I have no idea what the project is about, what's going on with it, and so on. So we're going to dive into it together. Hey, Johnny, there we go. MyEducation. Let's do it, Johnny. So the first thing that we look at is the website. And before we jump into this, I do want to say that this is a process to sort for the best projects together as a community. Okay, and this live session right now is just it's just a step in that process. Okay, crypto is risky. In no way, shape, or form am I telling you to invest. Okay, this is not financial advice. Please do your own research. I'm simply going to share my own thought process while looking into projects. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. As a group, as a community, sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong. It is all totally 100% subjective. And the purpose of this is just to support you to look for different things when you're scouting your own projects. My whole goal and ambition is to plant seeds and ideas that one day could sprout into something. I may say something that's totally off the wall that you totally don't believe in, and that's okay. I'm not right, and I'm not wrong. You are not right. You are not wrong. It's all subjective. Okay? I'm going to share my thought process, like I said, on this. And again, the purpose is to support you in scouting your own projects. So let's jump into that. So first thing is we want to take a look at the website. And what we're looking for with the website is this something that we could create on our own? Is this something that all of us could come together, we could buy a domain name, throw up a website, and have it up and running as quick as possible? Have someone write some copy for us? Is that something that we could do? Okay. So as I'm looking at this, I kind of get the vibe that it's not necessarily a custom site. It feels like it could be a template. We have these different sections here. Down here very much felt like a template as we scroll down through here, and then we get to this part. It just feels like a template. it seems like we could potentially, get this going pretty quick. Now I'm curious about this right here. Um, I'm curious about what this is saying. I guess this is saying that. Okay, I'm real skeptical on what this is saying actually. So the reason I'm skeptical on what this is saying is I can't tell what it's trying to tell me. Was this a countdown leading up to the pre-sale? Meaning, if we found this website back on December 1, would it say 34 days or 35 days away, counting down to when the pre-sale starts? I don't know. The reason it throws me off is because this indicates that something is happening right here. This bar. And Mang, this is something we talked about the other day. We brought up this concept and idea that when we go to PinkCell, we just automatically assume that the data that they're showing on PinkCell, let's just go over to PinkCell real quick and see if I can find one that's halfway through. Here we go. So we just assume automatically, we go to PinkCell, we go to Gempad, we go to Unicrypt, okay, any of these launch pads, we just automatically believe and assume that this number is accurate. Okay, we believe that. Okay, we see that there's contributors, and we okay, sure. And I've never questioned this before, but I look at this and I say, hey, I don't know if I don't know, and I want to show you why. This will be my closing argument for this project. Okay, I'm going to save this till the end, but this really has me messed up right now. Seeing this right here, this bar tells me, or is trying to tell me, that they've already hit the pre-sales going. They've already passed their soft cap, and they're coming up to a bonus. I mean, we don't even know what this is right now. Okay, we don't even know what this is, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say all this is 100% bogus, and that annoys me. that irritates me. This is crypto space. You don't need to have smoke and mirrors. You can be transparent. You can be upfront about what's going on. And you don't need this nonsense. So we'll circle back and we'll see if this is accurate, but I have a high suspicion that this is bogus. Now, I will say that because of that, my view of this project has shifted. But okay, we'll see. So right here it's saying, I don't know what this means. Launchpad, what is that? I think that's supposed to be like the start of the pre-sale. I don't know why it says Launchpad. That should say start, or pre-sale start, or something, fair launch start, and this is the end date. Okay, this is the end date, this is the start date. Why it says Launchpad, I have no idea. Okay, we have a 15 BNB max purchase. That's massive. Okay, planned stock exchange listing. I don't know. I'm a little caught off with some of this stuff. So let's go back up. Okay, so right now we have links that don't work here. These links don't work. If you can see in the lower left-hand corner in this area, that is just a hashtag. Doesn't go anywhere. It's not like it's not a link to actually download the stuff. It's not a link to download the app. Okay. Now they do have a demo. I'm not going to click on it, but they do have a demo available. But I'm not clicking that. Let's go back up to the top and let's work our way down. All right. New generation online training and consultancy. Okay, demo of the platform and Telegram. It's nice that that's available. We have white paper in English, Hindi, Turkish, and I don't know if that's Chinese. It is Chinese. That was a good guess, Ryan. Good guess. All right, so we have a white paper right away. We have a video here. Innovative platform for the future. In parallel with the constantly developing internet infrastructure and the development of digital devices, the way of education and habits are changing around the world. At this point, MyEd is a project designed to take place in the changing and digitalizing world. We got a video here. Is it YouTube? It is YouTube. Okay, I suspect that this will be the same video on PinkCell. We have 61 views. It was uploaded 3 weeks ago. Okay? 3 weeks ago, 61 views. So it's not a lot of traffic. We have some organic engagement. We go to the channel. There's 96 subscribers. And we do have what appears to be an AMA here. It's 5 minutes long though. So maybe we'll find out who this is in a moment. Maybe this is one of the team members. Actually, truthfully, I'm kind of surprised to see this. I was not expecting there to be a face attached to this project. So let's go ahead and take a look. Maybe we can find some more. What is MyEd? MyEd is an online educational service platform where educators, consultants, students, and customers meet. MyEd platform receives commission from educators and consultants, and from those commissions we receive MyEd tokens from the stock market. That's the second time I've seen stock market, and I guess my brain is a little confused because I don't know if they're actually meaning the actual stock market or if they're trying to say crypto market. I don't know. That has me confused. That's the second time we've seen stock market. And these MyEd tokens are distributed among all the parties. Decentralized platform receiving and providing online services from anywhere in the world. Innovator? Is that a word? Either my brain is having a hard time realizing what that is. Oh, innovator. Oh my goodness. Yes, my brain was having a hard time reading what that was. Innovator. Oh man. Okay. You guys can laugh if you want to. That's pretty funny. My brain, literally smoke was coming out my ears to try to figure out what I was trying to read there. And finally it clicked. Anyway, crypto's meeting address for online education consultancy, earning MyEd, opportunity to earn MyEd tokens from every training and consultancy service acquired. Okay, when a student purchases an online course to learn English through the MyEd application, assuming that the student will receive a 1-hour tuition fee of $30, the student makes an appointment for the hour. He will take the lesson by paying $30. MyEd website deducts $6 worth of commissions from this $30 worth of training as a 20% commission. MyEd website buys MyEd tokens from the stock market. Why do they keep saying stock market? With this commission, 80% of the MyEd token purchased will be in the wallet of the student who takes the online course, 10% MyEd token to the seller, and 10% MyEd token to the platform itself. Okay, guys, I know that I had a brain challenge with Innovator, but is anybody understanding what they're saying when they're saying stock market? Are they talking about the actual stock market? Or are they talking about like buying on PancakeSwap? Because I don't know. I'm having a hard time connecting the dots here. All right, let's check out the white paper real quick. Okay, let me go back here. I don't want to. There we go. Open a new tab. Oh, we have a nice clean white paper here. Got a nice little image. That's a good touch. All right, their video is on. Their video is in their white paper as well. So it's on their website. It's in their white paper, and it's on PinkCell. Okay, so far, anybody listening in, what are your thoughts on what we've covered so far? You know, share any thoughts, share questions, comments, concerns, anything that's coming up for you based on what we've covered so far, or if you've already looked at this project, what are some of the things coming up for you right now? All right, so let's check out let's check out this one thing right here. Let's go to who is, see how long the domain name has been utilized. Okay, so this was created December 7th. So this domain name was created 30 days ago. Okay, that's a really small window. Okay, really small window for them to have bought the domain name 30 days, less than 30 days ago, to launch their own token, their own website, their own ecosystem for this stuff. Makes me curious, how the development's been going, who developed this, is it going to be ready at launch? Now there is a demo, but again, I'm not going to click it right now. All right, let's check out Telegram. So we got 2,500 members. Let's join the group. Okay, I joined, no issues at all. No CAPTCHA, no math problems. This is not a portal. That means that anybody can join this group and fill this group. All right, so I just joined, and this guy says, "Hi, how are you?" I'm just checking to see if these people are real. I had a hypothesis, earlier in the week, checking out some of these projects, checking out some of these people to see who they were and what they're connected to. Yeah, so right now, all of these, there's not, I mean, we go back 3 hours, there's not much happening in chat right now. We go back 3 hours and we got 20 messages and not much stuff happening. Just some highs and hellos. I would say that's probably botted. We'll see. Well, that's surprising. So not as botted as I was thinking. Not as botted as I was thinking. Although, we do have this lady in here, Dana, who's providing zero value to their ecosystem, yet she's still here. So it makes me really curious about how the Telegram's being moderated. Yeah, I mean, there's no value. And the fact that she's already there, she still remains in the group is questionable. So right here, we got Angela saying this. Who's Angela? Okay, Angela's saying that. And we got Robert saying the same thing, it looks like. No, they could just, these could be mods that are just, continue to spread the word or whatever. Yeah, so Meng says, what we've covered so far, Meng says, not giving any confidence at all, no matter if they're legit or not, just seem lazy and unimpressive. Johnny says, 2,500 members in Telegram, and so far only 6 participants in pre-sale. Yeah. Yep. So the pre-sale is going to be my punchline. I'm going to tie it up with a bow for the pre-sale when we go check out the pre-sale link. Let's see if we got any AMA action in here. So this is the video that we saw. We do have some engagement here, which is kind of interesting. Where this came from, I have no idea. But this is the video that we saw. But we don't know who that guy is. Also, did we see anything about the team on this? No, we have partners. Those are not partners. I mean, they are, but they're not. Okay, let's go back over here and let's look at team. Docs. A platform like yours can give some possibility for some people who find hard to look for specific training. Will you guys have Docs badge as well? Let's see here. View reply. We may think so. Well, we'll get to see about that. Hello, admins. Why don't you dox your team? This is an educational platform. You can't hide the team. We will add team. Okay, so that was back on January 1. So 4 days ago, they're going to add the team, but I don't see anything. This guy's asking, anyone interested in KYC or video doxing? I don't know if he is offering a service, or is that a question? Hard to know. Hard to know. All right, so what about KYC? So it doesn't appear... Okay, so it looks like they may have a KYC through PinkCell, but again, we're going to wrap up. We're going to end the call with PinkCell. So they're claiming to have KYC through PinkCell, and they're having audit and, you know, Seifu, whatever. Let's see if we can find audit right now. Like, yeah, they're just promoting the PinkCell. Who did the audit? Let's see who responded. Oh, here we go. We got Block Seifu. If Metallaride was on, I'd ask him where this ranks up with his top 10 audit companies. I don't know if I've ever heard of them. Block Seifu Audit Project. I don't know if I've heard of them before. All right. Let's look at AMA again to see if we had anything else. Join AMA. Oh, AMA was with Block Seifu Official. Interesting. Well, they didn't have any gates, any barriers of entry here either. Interesting. All right. All right, so it doesn't look like we're going to get any AMAs. Now revenue, it's really clear for revenue. You know, they're looking at, you know, if we want to get tutoring or learning from something, we pay some funds, and, you know, some funds get swapped around. There's like a 20% fee or something. So there's money coming in for that. Devs. Who's the dev here? Hi, I'm listening to you. What? Okay. Dev is really working hard to make the community more active. All we need is to put more effort and make it amazing. About your friends, family. Don't miss this opportunity. As Roman would say, womp, womp, womp. All right. So that's the details we got. We could look up marketing, but it's not really going to matter. So the answer to marketing, we have a marketing plan, but won't reveal it right now. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and let's check out PinkCell. All right. So this is the moment we've been waiting for. All right. So is this the same video? Is this the same video? That's what I want to see first. Okay, it's a different video. All right, so this video right here that's on their website and white paper only has 61 views. Okay, this video right here has 203 views. That's what's on PinkCell. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so let's go back to PinkCell here. All right, so we do have Seifu, and that is from CoinSlut. Okay, so Seifu by CoinSlut. I mean CoinSalt. Excuse me, CoinSalt. I was wondering why they'd pick that name. Sounds so silly. Oh man, what a day! What a day of reading and comprehending. We got KYC through Pink Cell, looks like. This KYC page verifies that one member of the project has successfully completed the verification process at Pink Cell. All right. So for what it's worth, they got Seifu through CoinSalt. They have KYC through Pink Cell. I guess I don't know what that is, but Pink Cell. And then the audit was through, what was it? Block Seifu. Okay. They're doing an airdrop? To who? So they have tokens for marketing. Okay. And looks like 5% for the team, 10% for the CX listing, 13% for airdrop. I don't know who they'd be airdropping. And then 15% for staking. Okay, so we have a month every month. So we got 2 months away. We got February and we got March. All right. So here's the part where we started the conversation with the confusion around this right here. This threw me off because, again, I don't know what this is. I don't know what they're trying to say. Like, that doesn't even make sense. I don't know if there's any other word other than start. Could go right there. If you got in right there, I don't know what that is. This right here really irritates me because it almost ended. When you come to this, it almost looks like the pre-sale has ended. Okay? And so in their defense, maybe they were doing a countdown for the start of the pre-sale. Maybe they were doing a countdown. And so like I said, if we looked at this 30 days ago, maybe it would say 30 days right now. I don't know. Maybe it would. Yeah, Mang, aren't we all coin sluts? Yes, we are, my friend. Yes, we are. Oh, man. I'm going to start each session. Hello, my fellow coin sluts. Okay, back to this. So this throws me off. I'll give the benefit of the doubt and say that maybe this is a countdown for the launch to start. Okay? But this right here irritates me. Because this is nothing. This doesn't even make sense. Like this, and that's why I feel like this is kind of a template. That this was a template that they use because like this doesn't even make sense. Like, is there actually a bonus anywhere? If I typed in bonus, okay, so bonus for the first 20 people who buy a minimum of 1 BNB and maximum of 3 BNB in the pre-sale bonus tokens will be delivered on February 8th. So maybe that's what the airdrop is for the bonus people. Maybe. But this right here, like, I don't know. This doesn't tell us anything. It's a fair launch. Like, it's not a pre-sale, it's a fair launch. Like, this is just going to raise indefinitely for the next day and a half, or not. Either direction, it's either going to go up or it's not at all. But, like, I don't know. This kind of bothers me. Because like it also shows that the soft cap has been met. Like, this is just not accurate at all. One, it's not a pre-sale, it's a fair launch. Two, soft cap has not been met. Like, soft cap is 50 BNB. Like, it's 50 BNB. So this is bogus. And then the bonus is really based on the first 20 people, if it's even a real thing. 20% bonus for the first 20 people who buy 1 BNB. So like right now we have 7 contributors. We have 7 contributors and 2.3 BNB raise. Like, oh man, this is wild. This is wild. And so I say all that to say, all the things that we talked about with this project so far, it kind of makes sense to me that this is where the pre-sale is at. Okay? It kind of makes sense to me this is where the pre-sale is at. Especially when we've looked at other projects that actually have some real utility. Some things are rocking and rolling. They look good. Okay? We have, like, the team is doxed. I mean, look at FrogPay, for example. A few weeks back, FrogPay. That looked quality. I wouldn't expect this result from FrogPay. You look at Nano Network, that looked better. You looked at Master Key Finance, that looked better. You looked at like Bomberzilla, that looked somewhat better. There was another one, I can't think of it right now. But there's been a handful of projects. Now, when we go through everything we look through today, I would kind of expect this to be the case. I would expect this to be the case. And I will give them the benefit of the doubt. I do have, this is to my own detriment. Okay, full transparency, to my own detriment. When I see someone on video, I like that. It gives me confidence and belief in their project. And so I'm even willing to say, well, maybe their motives aren't horrible. Maybe they're just really bad at what they're doing. Maybe this is their first project and they have no clue what they're doing. But like for whatever reason, I'm a sucker for a docs team. I'm a sucker for videos and people chatting on there. I'm a sucker for a well-designed bio. And again, that could be to my own detriment. Okay, it could be to my own detriment. However, I will say, with a project called Vault Finance, we looked at that project a lot of times, and that was one of the first times that I saw a project really own the bio, and they knocked it out of the park. And they knocked it out of the park, and they're also knocking it out of the park on what they're currently doing in their ecosystem. Okay? Not to say that that's a correlation or causation, not to say any of that. Not to say that's connected in any way, other than the fact that that's something I noticed, something it spoke to me. So clearly, I'm not saying this group or this. I don't know who this guy is. I have no idea who this guy even is. It doesn't say anything in the description. There's nothing. Like, it doesn't tell us anything. I mean, we could look at the transcript, I guess. It's in a different language. Can I change it? No. What language is this? I don't know what language that is. Yeah. And so manga, and that's why I wanted to share that, because like this is a thing that you're going to learn about yourself, all of us. There's going to be certain things that speak to us that can cloud our judgment. Okay? So like, if they didn't have this video, I would put this project as super high risk and likely scammers. Like zero trust at all. Like no trust at all. No trust for me at all. I would not trust them at all. The fact that they had this video here, there's like a soft spot in me that says, oh, they're trying. They're just really bad at what they're doing. Okay? And like, it's so crazy that little difference could actually impact me negatively. And so it's really good to know yourself and know that. And that's why I always say that I know to my own detriment that I have a soft spot for this type of behavior. And, one of the first, my first rug, well, actually, no, not my first rug. My first project that like I actually researched, I thought it was quality. It was a rug, and they had a lot of video content, and I was enrolled with that. I was enrolled, and so always, it can speak to me. I can say, "Wow, that's cool," but always at the back of my mind, I get to make sure that like, hey, there's other stuff going on here besides they're willing to get on camera. Because like right now, we don't even know the guy. This is not even the right language, or not even in English, not even language I can understand. It's not even in. I don't even know like what language it is to translate it. But there are in the video the subtitles here. So I mean, I guess they did go extra mile to actually provide us with subtitles here. But again, we have no clue who this guy is. I mean, maybe this is his name right here. I don't know. That looks like it could be a name. I have no idea. Does anybody know what that means? Translation. What does this mean? Oh, no. Okay, I have no idea what this is. Okay, I'm going to stop while I'm ahead. I may not even be ahead right now. All right. So that's my take. That's my take on this project. I think that there's a lot that's missing. There's a lot that's unknown, and they don't have anything to support this launch right now. And it makes total sense that the raise looks like this right now. It makes total sense. I mean, like Master Key Finance did 36 AMAs, part of lots of networks, had over 400 guaranteed whitelist spots, or 390 whitelist spots guaranteed, and they struggled with their launch. And here you got a project that we have no clue what's going on. It's mismanaged and not well thought out, and there's a lot of things missing. And how in the world would they fill it? This is, I don't know if anybody remembers, Meng. I don't know if you were here when we looked at this project. This project, it's really similar. It's kind of similar to this project called Crowdy. Crowdy. Crowd, what? Oh, let me spell it right. Crowdy. Crowdy. Crowdy, right here. All right, so this project was kind of similar from my perspective. They even had influencers. They even paid influencers to talk about this project. So what I found about this project, I mean, first of all, incredibly botted. Just bots coming in nonstop. One of the last updates was, I think it was weeks. No, days before or after, whenever this was announced. When did the launch start? The 9th. So they had the one update and they never did anything else. But when you go to this website, what stood out about this project to me was someone was actually talking about it in our Telegram. This was before Skylabs had launched, I believe. Hard to remember. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. No, it was September, so it was after Skylabs launched. But so build your Web3 project with Crowdy. Okay, and here's all the things you can do: create a token, create a pre-sale, create a fair launch, lock tokens, create pool, create farm. Okay, and all these different things that you could do, and they even have you could white label audits, and then they were actually audited by their white label audit. And there's just all these things that didn't really make sense. And so we've talked about this before in Discord, how can we try to spot rugs before they happen? And so this project, there's just nothing here. There's no proof that they're going to create anything. They want to create all these things, but they haven't created anything yet. And it just seemed really interesting that they were going to be so ambitious and create all this stuff when they hadn't even created anything. They hadn't even built a functioning Telegram group yet. It just didn't make sense. How were they going to do that? And so they didn't rug because they never launched. And not to say that they were going to launch. Okay? But they were shooting for a fair launch with a soft cap of 100 BNB, which is pretty ambitious. They had 4 contributors with a 1.2 BNB raise, and that was over 2 days. Okay, so it was an abysmal failure, and they never came back. As in came back to say anything. They were just gone. They just bounced. Okay, didn't develop anything, didn't create anything, nothing. Okay. Now, there was a project that I found a few months back, and it was called Run Bucks. Okay, Meng said he's eagerly awaiting Snek Inu V2. Man, I was all about Snek Tech. Oh, Snek Tech. Yeah, partners, when they list partners like this is I feel personally when I see this, it's like Roman, womp womp womp. This is literally them trying to borrow credibility from these sites. There's no relationship here whatsoever. Okay, you're doing your site on PinkCell. Okay, it's BNB. Okay, and here's a swap. That's literally the relationship that they have. That's literally the partnership. This doesn't tell us a thing. And so anybody who does this, I think is really come on, man. Dude, that's nothing. Then we happened to find out these images were stock images. We found another project the same day that had these same graphics, but they were colored orange instead of green, which was really comical. But there's a project called Runbucks, and I never want to come across and say, oh, this project is bogus, this project is a scam, because one, I don't want to be that person, and two, maybe their intentions are pure, they're just not very good. Okay? So there's a project called Runbucks. It launched a few months back. When I say a few months, I mean 6. it had a lot to be desired. There was just not a lot there, not a lot of substance there, and there's nothing there, and there's nothing in their Telegram group really. There's nothing on their website. There's no proof that they'd created anything. And I mentioned it to the scout, and they were kind of offended that I said my thoughts and said that, the community should decide, make their own determination. Well, project launches, and they actually raised funds. Like, let's see if we can find it. Maybe we can find it. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't get rid of it. Let's see if. What am I doing? What am I doing? Runbucks. Let's see if we can find Runbucks. Oh, Runbucks right here. All right, so they raised 100 BNB. Okay, they raised 100 BNB. And clearly, this was a time in the market where people were jumping in things that they shouldn't have been. Just to give you an idea, I don't even know if the website still works. Oh, okay, it doesn't. Okay, well, at least we have their pink cell. So this is what's crazy. They raised 100 BNB. Okay, 50% unlocked. Yeah, 32% for the pre-sale, and then 18% for liquidity. But they rugged at launch. And I didn't necessarily call. I didn't make a call that they were going to rug. I just simply said, there's a lot to be. There's just not a lot going on here. What have they created? What are they actually developing? Who are they? What have they built? I haven't seen anything. Same thing with this project. Same thing with this project. And it just so happened that they raised 100 BNB and then bounced at launch. Like immediately at launch, like, I don't know if we can even see, I don't know if there's even going to be a chart. I don't remember. Like, I mean, I wasn't attached to it. I just had a suspicion that, hey, there's nothing here. There's nothing going to go on here, and move on. And, I don't remember what the chart even looks like. Very low liquidity. Yep. Thank you for that. Thank you for that warning, Dex Screener. Very low liquidity. There we go. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, right at launch, boop, they're gone. Delete everything. They're out. And it wasn't that I knew this was going to happen. It was just that all the indicators that we have. We're looking at the website. We're looking at Telegram. We're looking at the website age. We're looking for communication. Just for curiosity. Oh, they have a bit.ly link. They have a bit.ly link on all of those. Do they have that on these too? Oh, that's interesting. So these projects, if you look in the lower left here, you can see the website address. On Runbucks, they had a bit.ly link for all of these. In my opinion, Pink Cell should have. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's kind of questionable. Just for funsies, I want to go back and I want to find Runbucks. Just so I can see. I want to see when the website was created. When was this? April? Website. Runbucks.app. I don't know if that's going to come up in who is. We're going down a bit of a rabbit hole, but that's okay. I'm just curious. Okay, so the website was created 9 days. Let's see. This launched on the 3rd. So website was literally created like 12 days. 12 days before launch. Okay, there were all these things that I was like, hey, this is a red flag, 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 this is a red flag. Okay, and again, I had no idea that they're going to rug. I just was saying, when you stack probabilities, there's a lot of stuff not going right with this project. Okay, so Runbucks, I would put in the same category as this project. Crowdy, I would put in the same category as this project. MyEd. Okay, some of these ideas are cool. I think they're pretty noble, but there's just a lot of stuff that's missing. Now, I'm not saying that this project was going to rug, and not saying this project's going to rug. They may have good intentions, they just not skill set. They just lack the what they need to get their idea moving forward. Okay, but when you stack all these probabilities, this is what we talk about all the time. I'll end it here. When you stack all these probabilities, what we're really talking about is just the pros and cons. And when you have a project as a scout, when you have a project that has so many pros and cons. Oh, there's my Venn diagram. Where's my oh, that's weird. I was looking for my line with the smiley faces. But when you stack probabilities, and we'll do pros over here, cons over here. This is all we're doing. This is all we have control over. So like when the website looks garbage or cheap, and we have another thing about poor communication in Telegram, and we have another thing about the audit company, and we have another thing about no AMAs. We have another thing. One thing they had a cool idea, I guess, and seeing the guy on video, I gave him a point for that. But that's all we're doing. And then when you look back and you stand back and you're like, wow, like there's a lot of like crazy stuff with this project. There's a lot of negative stuff over here. That's all I'm saying. And for me, it's like, okay, if I was scouting this project, if I was scouting this project, if I was scouting this project, if I was scouting, Runbucks, this is what it would look like for me. And this right here does not outweigh this. Okay? This right here does not outweigh that. This right here is a no-go for me, and I'm out. And that's the game that I play. And so in order for me to pull the trigger on posting a project, I need there to at least be a balance, or this gets to outweigh it. Okay? It gets to outweigh it. So, again, what wasn't necessarily planning on talking about Runbucks today and talking about Crowdy, but I thought it was worth mentioning. I don't think we often know. I think sometimes projects that do a good job of raising funds, and here's my hats off to Crowdy and MyEd. Here's what makes them different than Runbucks. Sometimes a lot of these scammers are really good at raising funds, so much better than the projects that are actually legit. Okay, the scammers are so good at raising funds and creating hype and excitement. Okay, whether it's maliciously, whether it's through great communication, whether it's hitting on like FOMO and psychological cues, I don't know what it is, but that is a potential indicator. Like, these guys may actually be pure and good. They just were really bad at what they do. Same thing with this group. They may be pure and good, just really bad at what they do. But the scammers right here, they raise 100 BNB. And you got these guys, MyEd, for example, is raising 2.3. They'll probably, I don't know. I would be surprised if they raise more than 5. Okay? I don't see how it could get any quicker. I don't see how it could snowball from here. I think 5 would be a miracle if they raised 5. We'll look at it on Monday or on Tuesday. But like these guys, these crooks are really good at taking money from your pocket and putting it into their pocket. And so again, credit to Crowdy, credit to these guys. Clearly, they're not very good at that game. Okay? Which again, that would put a smiley. No, I don't think for 1 second that they have what it takes to do well in this market, let alone this season. But I at least would give them a point on this side, because the fact that they're not very good at getting people's money. So bless their hearts. Anyway, so those are my thoughts on that. I hope this session was helpful today. Hope it was helpful, and we covered a couple different things, and hopefully. This kind of sheds some light into some potential opportunities to kind of spot some questionable antics, some questionable behavior with certain projects. So I would ask, if you did have a takeaway from this today's session, once the video is complete, if you would just go back to YouTube and drop a comment sharing what your takeaway was, that would be awesome. You know, whether it was you found some new insights into spotting projects that could potentially be risky, or, you know, some new metrics that you used or learned from, you know, whatever the case, whatever insight that you gathered. Once this video is complete, if you just hit the refresh button and drop a comment on the actual video, that can actually help this video reach more people, which can ultimately support our ecosystem and help us reach even more people. Hey, if you thought the video was helpful today, if you laughed, if you got a gold nugget, drop a like, because again, that actually helps the video reach more people as well. So if you want to continue the conversation, let's go ahead and go over to Discord. Again, if you're not in Discord, you can find the link in the description below, and we can continue the conversation there. But I will end it like I always do. Life can be short. So for those that you care and love, let them know you care and love them. Hey, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I care about you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of this community, for being a part of the conversation, and for what we're creating. I mean, I think it's awesome what we have here and what we're creating here. So, hey, I look forward to seeing you guys in Discord, and I will see you next week live on Tuesday. Bye for now.